And just like that, we're live.
Just like that. Baldy's mom said, "You are not playing the intro until Tony is
no
added
intro
to it."
tonight." She said, "You're going to make people think that you're a professional when we're not." I mean, I literally just finished the slides, and all I did was use the slides from last night and added some slides. So we're going to be all over the fucking place. Oh, wait.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, right?
No, it's like within seconds.
Okay. All right, we're good. That's my bad.
People don't really realize how the demonetization actually works. If you start swearing right away and you cuss a lot, it gets flagged, and there's certain advertisers that won't want to advertise. You're still monetized.
All
I think by now they know what a shit show this is, and they're like, whatever.
Well, people say, you know, this is a shit show, and I always say to them,
"Stop it. Get some help."
I mean, do you think people missed the intro today? Should we do the intro?
And let's see what the chat says. Chat, do you miss the intro?
There's tens and tens of you guys here.
All 28 of you.
Yeah. Are we cooked or should
So-
we do the intro?
So I know you know the Michael Jordan, obviously, but you guys all know who Isaiah Thomas is, right?
Yeah.
Great. So there was a DTE, which is Detroit Energy, and there was a commercial that everyone knows him for, and it's his mom, I think. He's like, "Look up," but I don't see anything, because it's talking about looking at power lines. That's what we need to find.
All right. Well, we're getting a lot of
look up.
we're getting a lot of hit that intro. So I just think it's funny. I'm removing everybody.
You need to get
Stop
Mouse
talking,
Man.
punk.
Fired? Have you recently lost your job with a major toy manufacturer? Tariffs got you down? You may be entitled to sharing your story on a major media streaming outlet. We want you to dish the dirt. Call Circle of Jerks at 900-555-0979. We will exploit you for our personal gain. That number again is 900-555-0979. Circle of Jerks. Every client gets a cookie.
Oh my God.
Yo, neighbors, look who's back. This is take 2, and there's a reason that we are doing take 2 tonight, because we are trying to give a voice to one of our friends who disappeared yesterday on us. He probably did it on purpose because he couldn't stand hearing us talk. But let's bring our first dancer to the stage, the lovely Terry of Action Media. You don't
Not
feel
much
like
dancing today.
Yeah, you're not dancing today. You know
No.
what? Let's just bring guys on. One guy's eating, and one guy just got his power back.
That is correct.
That's right. We got a nice crew for a last minute show, even though we are going live on Tuesdays, guys. So, Spec, do you want to say hi to the chat? Do you want to do those duties?
Let's go to the chat. We've got Mr. Triple D's here at 12:30 in the afternoon today.
Nice.
Followed by the Island Vipper. I don't know who that is, but he was saying hi to Mr. Triple D's. Stanley, am I early enough today? No, sir, you were not.
Oh, you got beat out, Stanley.
2 days in a row. I appreciate the effort, though. Bigham, that's a new name to me. What's up, Bigham?
That's not a new name to you, buddy.
In this context, it is. Mr. David T. Allen, 610 Yojo Dad. You changed your name back again. You're confusing the shit out of me. And he loved it so nice. He posted it at 304, 308, 308, and 309.
So I'm not the only one with dial-up. It's like keeps dinging through.
Stanley again. He's able to sit down and watch the show, he thinks.
Nice.
Mr. Matt Matson. We did. We just like to talk. We want to keep going. Blitz. What's up, Blitz? Mr. Steve Martin. Wreck Ship. How's it going? David R. Crusty Old Crow. E. Worthy. U.S. Combat Dojo. Ronnie Trickshot. We are shiny-headed people holding hands. Derek Holyman. Whoops. Menhoza. Hi, it's me. MCR. Punk's about to fall asleep.
No. Adam sent me the commercial. Adam sent me the commercial, and all I could think about was the semi that took out my power. And I'm like, if this guy would have looked up, he would have known not to hit those.
Hang on.
Yeah, relax. Everybody relax.
Why are people aggravated?
No, I'm trying to do something real quick, and
He's working on something. How you guys want to go right? Listen, I only have a couple things from the news. There's a lot of toy news out there, but
wait, hang on.
Terry a voice.
Okay. We will give Terry a voice. We have Mr. Blitz, who misses Licky Baldy, and this fucking thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one either.
You're not sure about that one? We can oblige.
Oh, Licky Baldy.
Where's the audio?
I don't know. That's on you.
Fuck. Oh well. I tried.
There's not, you know, be professional, dude.
There's no.
I
We got
told you to
Tony
send it, Tony.
Figs. What's up, Tony?
What's up,
Miss you,
Tony?
buddy. Willie Springer. That's another new name to me.
Nice.
Gun Bunny. Hello, Mr. Gun Bunny. You'll have to let us know how your tiger rat is coming for
The GBC
Stanley,
won't
right?
let me be.
J Solo Arts. Nolan. Dom Von Doom. I wanted to say Doom Von Doom. Hey, I'm thinking of Dominic Toretto. Did you guys see Vin Diesel doing the announcement for LA? Like they're bringing the next Fast and Furious to film back in LA?
Yes.
Vin Diesel looks like he ate Vin Diesel.
He looks like he ate Paul Walker.
He looks like he ate Paul.
Well, listen, it's been what, about 25 years since the first Fast and Furious, right?
Yeah, there was. I don't remember.
You don't have to look that bad though.
It looks like in one of them he kind of started putting weight on, and then he got back in shape, and then of course, I mean, you know, actors do it all the time.
He's 70 years old. He looks pretty good.
And they're bringing back Paul Walker, right?
I know that pissed me off. I worked on the stuff after he died with his brother in the makeup for the facial
I
replacement.
mean, the AI is there now, right?
Studios won't touch AI right now, but that's a whole other thing.
Like
But
Universal will.
But it was, you wrapped up his story. You gave him a send off. Like, don't do that.
I've never seen any of the movies.
The first one is good,
But
they're fun after that. They're popcorn. You just got popcorn.
I have no interest, but I do know that the actor died, and that's tragic. But how are you going to do a show? And I know that like those two are the main ones of the original, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, there's really only one original, and people get it so messed up. It's Tokyo Drift.
Popcorn. The lead actor in that is god awful. He's a terrible actor, but there's something charismatic about him. But Tokyo Drift's a fun movie.
Yeah, it's fun.
Fast and Furious is a dumb fucking movie, and it's really fun.
Well, maybe they'll do what they did at the beginning of the last Terminator, where you see Paul Walker and the Terminator just walks up and shoots him.
Maybe. My assumption is when they say they're bringing him back, it's going to be like they're going to bring him back in the very last scene where they like hug and then credits. Or
Like,
at least I hope they don't try and do a whole.
The athlete that signs the one-day contract to retire with the team that he started with.
Yeah, like I agree with you. Let it be like a 2-minute like Princess Leia end of Rogue.
Yeah. Or
You
whatever.
know?
Yeah. Anyway, so Shane McNeil, Shark Eyes, Mr. Adam, Solo Sinner. That's another new name, I think. Peter Park. Close relation to Peter Parker.
Mm-hmm.
Let It Roll. Johnny B54. Bro B1 Kenobi. I love
Well,
that.
I think going forward from this point, let's just highlight some names because it looks like Terry's not going to be lasting with us too long.
Okay. Clint Jorgensen. What's up, Clint? Chaz the Guru. What's up, Chaz? And I think that Gucci Nana Baby. Sure. Gesundheit. And Bobby World.
All right. Thank you all for coming and watching. And if we end abruptly tonight, that's just how we roll. But listen, we're going to hit news real quick. And then Terry, I know you wanted to share some thoughts on yesterday since you
I don't know if Terry's going to make it.
Are you going to make it to say, do you want me to go into the snowcat first?
I'll make it.
I'll go into the snowcat first. So we
No,
have
that's
no
okay.
format.
Hey, if I can't, then I'll just say that I have to poop and leave or something.
The snowcat does have benches that open up that you could puke into if need be.
Yeah,
You can shit into the ice-filled sink.
Listen, everybody watching, Terry's just a little uncomfortable tonight, so and that's why he disappeared last night. But he's a trooper. He's a true trooper.
The truth is, he lost the plug up there last night, and he's been trying to get it out, and he just can't. So that's why you can see him he's like, oh,
look,
like,
even Specs looking for it on the floor.
If you would have used the ice one, it would have melted.
Okay?
Do what?
No, I said Specs. His light up.
It's easier to find them that way. They make a little beeping noise too.
When the battery gets low.
All right, so I do want to.
I got the battery that makes it vibrate. Terry, you want me to press it for you?
You're hitting my button.
I didn't know it was over the World Wide Web that we could do that.
As long as you're within visual distance.
We just lost about 15 people.
But we're gaining a whole new crowd. All right.
It fucking hurts to laugh.
So I figured we'd start here tonight because I just threw these slides in randomly. Did any of you guys getting masked, and did you guys see this announcement today?
Mr. Figs got it.
Who got it? Mr.
Figs.
He can have it. I'm not paying those prices. That shit's ridiculous.
I think it's a little overpriced too.
I'll wait for Ross.
Look, all their they still have Ninja Turtle stuff at Ross. This shit's showing up at Ross.
Well, this is so this is a bundle exclusive, right? And it includes a couple extra figures.
You get there's the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, which is is it called the Rhino, the big ass truck with the little rolly thing in the back, and they're giving the kid and T-Bob as part
yeah.
Oh, I thought that was standard with it.
No,
the egg robot, whatever his name is, T-Bob, and the kid, that's part of the Comic-Con exclusive.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember seeing T-Bob and the kid in the store. It was there was this little store on the square here in town called the Five and Dime. And they had, I think it was either Five and Dime or Shoppers Mart, but they had like a 4-way spinning rack of action figures. And I could have got that, but they also had the 3-pack Cobra Law set, so I got that instead.
It's a better choice. I had the original
lose-lose situation.
Yeah,
that's a good choice. Spec, you and I will take turn on the comments, all right?
Okay, all you, boss. I was about to highlight that one too.
Yeah, boss.
I wanted to first of all, we all like Jerry. God, I did it now. Wait, you said Jeffrey last time.
Jeffrey.
Jeremy Kimberlin. Jeremy, if you're out there, sorry. But Jeremy shared this. mask wave one all in bundle $325, and it's $35 off buying individually. So if you're planning to get the whole set, I guess this is a good deal. They all come to about $82 each.
Because no, that's not a fucking good deal. That little motorcycle helicopter, the Condor, it's like this big. It's not worth $30, let alone trying to break it down into 82 whatever. It's just
No.
You know, when they did the initial announcement of prices, the Rhino was $99. And then now with the tax, the tariffs included, it's $125. The thing wasn't worth $100. It's not worth $125. And I know it makes me sound hypocritical because I yell at the people that say the HasLabs aren't worth the money, and if you get them in hand.
No, dude, you're right. That's not worth $125.
Yeah, but just the sheer scale of this line does not warrant that vehicle being $100.
And when you look at the G.I. Joe Transformer crossover, that they're $90 to $100, and they're it's gonna be the same size as this, and it's a full transformer, not just a few pieces that pop off, along with O-rings. I'm with you 100%. Like, that's where I can equate worth when you're looking at the two.
Yeah, well, all right, so what about this? If you were to buy vintage complete, I pulled up these two completed sales.
That's the other thing.
Yeah, buy the original one, boxed. Psh.
Yeah.
The only thing you're going to get over the new one is, I don't know, crappier new age plastics and ball joint shoulders. Oh, well, the additional mask with the pew pew.
My guess is there's going to be a lot of broken figures since it's loyal subjects that are making them.
Okay. Well, they didn't even try. I feel like they didn't even try. Like, I don't have up close shots. We've done up close shots in the past, but it's not like there's no new articulation other than the shoulder joints, like you mentioned. They're pretty much repros, aren't they?
And I think they look good.
They do look good.
I think they look good. And if you were talking about that Rhino being like $75, and again, I think, but again, we don't know what all the operating costs are. But when you look at something like that and you're going with that scale, and it's a fairly big vehicle, I think $75 for that is a reasonable price. If you were looking at the motorcycle there, you're probably looking at $20 to $25. I could see Condor, whatever that thing is, $35 to $40, and then the Switchblade being around $55, possibly $60. It just feels like when you look at all this, they overpriced it, and I've said it before. I don't think mask is as popular as people think it is, and we're about to find out.
Yep. Well, and that's why Hasbro licensed it out to loyal subjects, right? Yes. And Clint makes a good point here. If Hasbro would have made these in-house, it would have been better pricing, because I think part of that price is loyal subjects licensing the IP out. But yeah, I don't know. It remains to be seen. And then what was the guy's name? John Flynn?
Jeremy Kimberlin.
Not Jeremy Kimberlin. the guy that was at Hasbro, who'd been at Hasbro for like 25 years and lost his job.
Oh, yeah.
Wharton.
Yeah, him. And when he went over to loyal subjects, and I think this is his first line with them coming out. I could be wrong.
I believe that's what they said.
And so then it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's kind of nutty, but here's what I'm getting from this post here. If you're already committed to getting it, there's a little bit of a discount here. We all agree it's overpriced. I would like them because I only had a couple pieces as a kid, but I normally don't wait for shit to go on sale. I'll wait for this. I don't think it's right. So
this is the type of thing that they should have started off with that little, let's say the motorcycle for a cheaper price, and then Matt Tracker at a reasonable price, right? Let it get in people's hands, and then they know if they like it. And if you're if you feel confident about your product, when you overprice the Rhino and the Switchblade, people are going to say, yeah, it's a little overpriced, but this is good and I want it. This is better than the original and it's worth the more that I'm going to pay.
Well, you know, there's got to be a super fan out there. I'm usually willing to buy something and review it, right? But it takes me 7 months between review videos. I don't pump them out like that. I'd be willing to do it. But there's got to be a super fan out there that's ready to compare the old to the new and all that, you know?
Well, I will say Bobby Behar, over from with us over at What Kind of Mood, he was all prepared to go all in on this.
Never heard of what show is that?
A Boy Kind of Mood.
No, Terry knows how to say it.
Yeah. How do you pronounce it, Terry?
Attack him!
I have to go back and look in the chat. I don't think he's so quick to want to grab these anymore. I could be wrong. KJ Black Genghis, I think he might have ordered them, but like even he was just like, what? The thing is, buy the bundle, get $35 off buying individually. That $35 off doesn't even cover their tariff surcharge.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know.
The surcharge on the 10% tariff.
Yeah.
The cost of nostalgia is high with this one. I mean,
yeah, dude. Cobra Emperor, Hasbro owns the license. Hasbro owns the property, but they're not the ones making it. The company making it is the loyal subjects.
Yeah, they're just getting paid. It's just like when you see all these different G.I. Joe products out there. They have a licensing team that handles that for all sorts of third-party products.
They say here, this is what we want to make, and Hasbro says, "Okay, give us money." It's not like Hasbro dictating the scale.
So I'm just going to address this real quick. So Clint says Thundercat and Mask fans are undeserved or underserved. Anyway, he's not wrong. I totally agree with him. I have a review video for it up right now, but I have the entire first wave of the Masters of the Universe Thundercats crossover.
Yeah.
And the brilliant thing, I wasn't even going to get them, and then I saw them at the Mattel store, and they looked really good, so I grabbed them. The brilliant thing about those is you can switch them into completely pure Thundercats without any of the crossover stuff. And it was a brilliant move on their part. Yep. So now you can have OG Thundercats, and it's a really fun line. So Mattel is like, I think, doing right by that. And they're not ridiculously priced.
No, Mattel keeps the cost, I think, really well. Like, they keep it pretty low.
Yeah, I think Mattel does too.
Yeah, and they're willing to keep it low so that you can share this with your kid, you know? I mean, it's the I can't even say it. Nostalgia factor.
Yeah. But I mean, there's Clint said it, Woodman said it, somebody, I mean, E. Worthy said we got him to cancel it. I don't want to take credit for that, but there's other people in here. They said they ordered them, so I mean, like, they want them bad enough, and that's fine. If this is your jam, like, go for it.
Well, and that's what I was saying with Jeremy's post is there is a slight discount here, and you're getting extra pieces. You're getting the extra stuff with the Rhino.
Right.
So going BBTS is the way to go. Take credit, Spec. Speaking of Mattel, I'm going to skip a slide and go here. Did you guys see this Fright Fest thing?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Pretty badass. What do you guys think?
I think it looks good for Motu collectors.
Yeah. If that's your thing.
And you're out of it now, right, Punk?
Yeah, I'm completely out of it.
Okay. Terry, do you get this at all?
No, I'm into the Masterverse stuff.
That's what I grabbed.
Yeah, there was some Masterverse stuff, but
it's cheap. Nobody wants it, and they keep making it. I'll buy it.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's something that you can keep getting. Yeah. Did you guys see this?
I did see the dancing. It made me laugh.
This is great marketing. I mean, they got Monarch from Armageddon 2000. 70s Nightwing. This is the first version of Nightwing that we got in the comic books, right? I think it's awesome. Why is McFarlane doing shit right now that he's losing the license?
I don't know. And we're coming up on Comic-Con, and if I heard correctly, you're going to start seeing Mattel show what they intend on doing with this license next year. I've heard some tidbits, but they're unconfirmed, so I'm not going to say any of that.
Please tell me 6-inch.
Nothing's been confirmed, so I'm not going to say anything publicly.
Considering the fact that their Masterverse line is not 6-inch, I doubt that these will be 6-inch either. They'll probably be 7.
I'm with you because also their wrestling is 7.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Spec, I'm just going to ask, what size plug do you think Terry has? A 6-inch or 7-inch right now?
Are you talking about diameter or
Like girth?
Are we talking girth? Like, what are we talking here?
Let me do some more sleuthing on Terry's Facebook, and I'll let you know backstage.
I feel sorry for anyone that just popped in going, what the fuck is that about?
you'll have to find my OF.
I have one more set of news. Like, I'm not going crazy with the news. We know most people are here to see a continuation of the HasLab talk, but we can either go into that or Terry, do you want to? I'm going to let you drive this right now. Do you want to go into the HasLab?
No, go ahead, man. I've got 30 more minutes. So.
Okay. All right. Let's see if I can do this right because I can't see this little thing. All right, there was the DFW show this weekend, and it looks like Valiverse. You guys or Valet Versailles? I know it's a French company.
Oh, this isn't the Dollar Store brand? Dollar General? Is that what it is?
No, but that one looks like the core figure.
Oh yeah. Oh, the girl.
Yes, it looks just like it.
I see that. I've seen it before, but yeah, I wasn't even thinking about it in this 3.75 scale. So it looks like they are jumping in on the O-ring bandwagon. And I don't want to say it's a bandwagon. You say almost a resurgence because Delta 17's been doing it for a couple of years. Skeletron. Longbow.
We've had Black Major doing O-ring figures, Red Laser's Army doing O-ring figures, Strike Force Alpha O-ring figures, Delta 17, Operation Recall's doing O-ring figures, Call Sign Longbow, Skeletron 3 3/4 O-ring figures. We've got Grindhouse doing the World War Hell series that look just fucking phenomenal.
E-worthy. I forgot those pictures. I'm actually kind of excited. I want to see what they did with that because that was a great game. Yeah, so I know these have shown up before. This isn't the first time. So I think when we saw them before, we thought these were just fan made, but these are actually prototypes, right?
Those are 3D printed prototypes, is what I was told.
So no, I held these in hand. And I played with them, and unlike knockoffs like Delta 17 and Strike Force Alpha and those brands, this is revolutionizing the way O-ring is going to be. All right.
Well, my intention was to talk about the product, not start something, but here
Tell
we
me
go.
that you've never looked at or seen any other O-ring offerings to compare these to.
Ever.
Why would you show this one?
All right. Here, get that one off the screen. Let's go back.
I'm trying.
Because I don't know that guy. So let's just go into this. So what do you guys think of this?
I don't collect O-ring.
I don't purchase Valor stuff anymore. They look fine though.
That too.
They look fine. I mean,
To me, it looks fun. I like the idea. Like, I know if Tony were here, Tony's Figs, he did 6-inch versions of like Delta 17 stuff. So I think it's a smart move to complement the other lines and some offerings. But these look like fun to me. But you guys are not O-ring collectors at all.
I am, but
So the guy doing the paint apps, the paint masters for those, is the same one who did the sculpting on Strike Force Alpha and the paint masters for Strike Force Alpha. He's done a lot of other stuff too. It's Matt LaCroix's Toys, and he's doing a good job making the figures look great. Hopefully they can maintain that in production.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like fun. I think it's smart to complement the lines. And then this is an announcement that I actually liked. I think we touched on this a little bit. I don't think I have the right slide. Well, doesn't matter. He's got this extras line, which is, I guess, I saw it. Maybe it was a joke, but I saw it months ago called Street Force, which I thought.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome. And it's obviously poking fun at the failed Street Humans.
yeah.
But the concept here is niche upon niche upon niche. This is really going after one market of like photographers, and they're called extras. I thought it was a little overkill that the term extra was defined, but I got where he was going with it. What do you guys think of this? Do you think it'll be a seller, or?
I think he saw someone else create a line that failed, so he took it. That's
What is
par for the course.
who's making this?
This is Valet Versailles.
Why?
Well, I think it's like I said, it's almost like Super 7, where it's super niche. So you have
Why?
to have.
Because because he doesn't like Shartimus Prime, who had a failed Kickstarter for the thing called Street Humans, which were basic bucks. So he did it.
Well, I'm truly surprised that.
No one else has done something like this.
Yeah, like
I
I don't think they're going to sell huge, but if like Hasbro with Marvel Legends were to offer like a 3-pack, and you just get it on Pulse like you do certain 3-packs, and it's made for photographers. Like, you don't have to produce a ton of these.
No, I mean, I like the idea behind it as a photographer, but I mean, I'm not supporting this company, so neat, but I'm not going to pay attention to it. We also should thank Snell's World. He asked Ace to make a rhino at Toylanta.
A rhino in what scale?
Well, whatever scale, because Ace is making mask toys, so whatever scale.
But Ace made them in the same scale that is that the mask was originally done. And then one day Ace lost it on Facebook. He said he was going to do 1/12 scale because people kept demanding. And then I think he finally realized probably not a good idea so I don't know. And Ace also has to watch what he does. Because he's gotten a lot of cease and desist before. He needs to change things as much as he can.
Yeah, but he has a fun attitude about that. This is like some sort of soft center, not like a blow pop, but like it's supposed to help with articulation. Have you guys seen this before?
So it's not like an M&M?
No, like a peanut butter M&M. No.
Is that like what Hasbro's doing with the
Maximum.
maxi pad hole.
This is what Haya. I believe Haya is doing this with some of their 4-inch figures. The Star Trek figures. They do the same thing.
Birth control device.
It could be. I mean, sometimes collecting action figures alone, a woman comes over. That's birth control right there.
I guess this could be used for softer insertions.
It could be.
Does it look familiar, Terry?
And we are all over the place today. Let's just get into some of the
ranting. Shirt
ranting.
falls correctly on the pants. Okay.
There's not going to be any blowback for today's stream. None whatsoever.
None at all.
I can't imagine there would be.
Honestly, I'll probably sell 6-inch Action Force figures I have just so that I get the 3 3/4.
So you'll still get the Action Force, but more in that smaller scale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think to me, they look like fun. I think I'll at least try them out, and we'll go from there.
Ronnie Tripshot says we're disgusting. Like you Australians don't get dirtier.
I know them Australian girls do.
Terry, we never got into the topic before you had to jet yesterday. So it's confirmed it's not this.
Don't spit.
Oh my God.
Never. All I did was fucking hear you, dude. All I did was hear you and spit my fucking drink out. It is that. You'll never convince me it's not. I don't care if it's white and I don't care if it looks like a snowcat. It's a havoc.
You can't tell me otherwise.
Well, the back of the Havoc, you can open that up and take out the little flying vehicle, and you could use that as a troop transport.
An APC.
Yes.
An APC won't let me be. So listen, there was a lot of hate. There's a lot of back and forth on this. Oh, look at me. I hate the snowcat.
I was going to send you that.
Fuck it. Line's dead. Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, my God. What is it with social media, man, and people just going nuts?
Over nothing. Like, there's not even any reason for anybody to, feel that they have to buy this. It's not repaints. It's not repainted figures. It's 2 new versions of Flint and Lady J. But you don't have to have them. They're not numbered if you're trying to collect all the numbers.
No, they're numbered.
Are they numbered?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh,
All
well,
HasLabs are numbered. Other than the Cobra Commander.
Terry.
Still, people act like they're being forced to buy it, and they're not. Like somebody literally said today, I think it was in one of the comments on your channel, Punk.
The guy that wrote the book?
The guy that wrote the book, yes.
If you want to know what he's talking about, go to my Monday night stream, look at the comments, and you'll know which one I'm talking about. Because it took 3 screenshots to get it all in to send it over to people.
What do they call that? Those people that sit there and say Hasbro came to my house and made me give back the
Pinkertons?
The Pinkertons.
Yes,
the Pinkertons showed up at my house yesterday and put a gun in my mouth and made me pre-order.
They're making me buy the snowcat. That's terrible. It's just pure garbage. Who the hell would put only 4 missiles in a launcher and then 2 something else? Maybe because of the people that are buying it want nostalgia, and if it doesn't resemble the original, then they're probably not going to want it.
And that's a whole nother discussion right there.
Well, listen, guys, anybody watching that wants to read this, just leave right now, go watch it, and catch us on the replay. I know. I'm
Don't now-
saying the opposite of what you're supposed to say.
Yeah. Don't leave now to go read that thing because you'll be there all night. It's longer than my show was. All right. My show was almost 4 hours.
It's one of those things you
Oh
want to
my
reply to and say, congrats or condolences. I'm not reading all that.
I like this. I hate this snowcat so much. I'm only going to buy 4.
Right.
That's it. I'm not doing 5. Fuck that. That's insane.
Complaining about the price, about the $325 price point. I think it's pretty good, man. Like,
let's talk about that. So that's part of what why we're kind of revisiting it today. A lot of it is just the backlash. But before we go into it, we're going to talk about the Rattler for a second. Did you
I'd
guys
rather not talk about it. I don't even have shipping notifications. I really don't want to talk about it.
Oh, that's what a weird thing for you to bring up. I don't always back HasLab, but when I do.
here we are in July.
That's amazing. So Chaz made that one. He always pumps them out, dude. Dude's fucking funny.
Yes.
I just
how
can't
many
wait for FedEx to deliver my 5 Rattlers so that I can hopefully not walk up on the FedEx driver peeing in the fucking street again.
Wait, look at Spec. He's got it on the wallpaper behind him. He's hugging it. Jeez, man.
If I do this enough, it spits.
It's venomous.
Do you have to yell it not to lick everything?
Yeah, we are all over the place. So we got Lone Dragon. I always call him LD. I got my Rattler today. So people are getting them. LD, did you get tracking? Did you get a shipping notification?
Well, even if it doesn't, even if Hasbro doesn't send you something, if you have the FedEx app, that's going to populate and tell you. So that's what I check.
Hey, I need a Aussie to English translation. What's a Kent? Clark Kent?
I
shipping
think
notification.
he missed. I think that's supposed to be a CU.
See you next Tuesday.
Oh, gotcha.
I got shipping notification for my my snake armors.
You got
But no
notification?
tracking. Yeah, I got your item is about to ship.
Well, I got that, but that doesn't mean shit.
Nothing.
That's
totally
next year.
If you read
That's for
that,
next
it
year
says you're
or before
getting
the
this.
Rattler.
It says you're getting this email because it's either about to ship or the shipping date has changed, and now it's saying September.
Oh, okay. I can't really read that far.
The old bait and switch.
The
Hasbro.
Short attention span.
Freaking Hasbro.
Why do you think I didn't read that one?
And they're bait and switch as always. Fucking bait
You
and
don't
switch.
do voiceovers, man.
Go away. I'm baiting.
All right, so somebody brought up patches.
Poor Terry.
Fucking trying. Those need to go on a badass denim vest.
And will you wear that out?
Damn right I will.
I will say, for as much as we shit on them, they do look cool. And I don't remember if they ever pointed this out when the HasLab went off or not, but the Cobra Gunner has the Fly Swatter badge on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Baroness has the Tank Smashers. And then, of course, Wild Weasel just has the regular winged Cobra.
I don't think that they talked about it when they released it, but they did talk about it on their unboxing.
Yeah. Which I thought, that's cool synergy. It makes it feel a little more connected. But now we're getting the tent, and a lot of people are saying the Snowcat is not worth it at $325. Are they forgetting that the Rattler was also $325?
Well, people
They didn't
want
buy that
that.
either.
I think. Oh, like
They didn't buy that either.
28,000 people bought it, or there were 20,000 units. So again, this still goes back to my thing of it's risky because not everyone cares about snow stuff, but everyone cares about air vehicles, even though they're not pilots. So, I can see where they're coming at with that, but yeah, I want it, and I think 325. Even if I didn't get all the tiers, I would still pay for it. I'm happy with it.
Well, what would you rather have, patches or this?
People have been asking for that to be made for a long time.
But now it's stuck behind a paywall.
In the Arctic color.
Terry, you need to say it now.
Yes! Put the bivouac behind a paywall!
Yes, Philippe, I do think they will with a different color.
Only if it funds. If it doesn't fund, they're not going to do it. Because they cannot give you something that doesn't fund, because then they're going to go, well, what's the use? We know you're going to get it.
You're a lying shill. You are trying to get people to buy this because they released what's her name from Inferno? Madeline Pryor.
How?
Yeah.
Is it the same one?
No.
Okay.
It's not the same one.
Okay.
But they did do it.
But I don't think it's funded yet. Line's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, it's totally dead. It's what, 3,000 from being funded? Or no, 2,000 from being funded?
56, just over, almost 5,700. It's trucking along slowly. It's not going as fast as the prior HasLabs.
No. And we actually talked about the HasLabs earlier. I have it saved. But God.
Regardless of what this offering is, I think that they did this one right. It's the base offering with a bunch of extra stuff. They added a lot of features to the Snowcat. You guys know that I did not want the Snowcat to be the HasLab until I saw it.
What do you mean?
I thought you were campaigning for it to be the Snowcat.
I was trying to think of everything I could to make up a reason it wouldn't be the Snowcat. But seeing the Snowcat, seeing what they did with it, I think it's a good offering. I like it. I like the fact that parts of it, it's modular, pieces of it come off. You can do all kinds of other stuff with it. And it's basically an Arctic overlanding rig. I mean, it's got a kitchenette. It's got all that, the bivouac and stuff. So
I will say this, Terry. I thought it was weird that you kept sending us videos before you went to bed, praying, saying, "If I die before I wake, please let the HasLab be a havoc." Like, that's weird. Like, but whatever.
All right, so we're at 5671 right now. I think you just said that, and the HISS tank took about 8.5 hours to reach the goal to back.
That was an anomaly, though.
No, it wasn't. You knew that thing was gonna fucking.
No, I'm saying for it to back that quickly.
All right. Well, that's
one.
What
I'm saying. So
the next one up was the Dragonfly. Now that took 26.6 hours to secure the funding. So a little over a full day. Right?
Yeah.
But how many of these should I buy?
Right. And then the Rattler backed faster, but it still took not quite 24 hours. It took 19.5 hours.
See, people, they weren't sure if the line was dead, so then they said, okay, they got the Dragonfly, but it's clearly dead now.
Now it's dead because it's been over 24 hours, and this thing is not fully funded. So, are you guys selling your shit? I know we keep making the joke, but
it's all on eBay already.
I'm
getting offers left and right.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Terry, there were a couple things that you may have to shoot from the hip, and I'll pull up the pictures. But I did want to compare. We compared the patches to the bivouac set here,
and these are courtesy of 3D Joe's.
Courtesy of 3D Joe's.
I do want people keep. I've totally forgot about this, but they did incentivize to fund the HISS faster with the
early bird.
Yeah, the early bird. So that was 7 days, not 10 hours.
Right. Well, the line was still on the newer side. People were still excited about it.
And that's-
Everybody's freaking out about getting a 6-inch scaled vehicle. Like there were.
That's why I say that was an anomaly.
Yeah.
I also say, because that's a big word I can say. So there's that too. But that's why it was an anomaly. Just because, yeah, they put all that together. So it doesn't bother me that it hasn't funded yet. I have no doubt that the whole thing's going to fund.
Yeah, it'll fund, and I think everything will get unlocked. I mean, you always get your early adopters, then you get your stragglers, and then you get your lull. So every year, go back the last couple of years, or look at each classified offering, and see where that lull is, where everybody's like, other than the hiss, but the other ones, other HasLab offerings, all have a lull where people are like, oh, it's stalled. It's normal. It's completely normal. And then it picks back up in the last week. So we'll probably see that again. Terry, what was it like? What is selling you on this Snowcat?
Just the added features. It's not just a 2-person vehicle. They were even talking about in the live stream about adding pegs for the ability to, peg more figures.
Good Lord, Terry Noon pegging. God damn it.
Wait till we get the space set and we start talking about docking.
Yes. But I mean, if you this right here, like they've made it something that you can really do some cool. It's got a lot of playability. You can fit figure. Those are benches that are also storage containers. Figures can ride in it. Plus, you can take the turret out of it. The fact that the missile boxes on the side come off and the skis on the snow pedos double as snowboards for figures.
Well, there's a lot of playability, right? And it's almost like they've been listening to the collectors for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And they're starting to not just focus on a large vehicle, but on dios and
more of the world building.
And people have been asking for play sets. This is how they're testing it. They do have the porta pot, right? But that's not even out yet unless you're Bobby B. Oh, wait, you have it?
Yeah.
Touching on that, the fact that
Daredevil Dave got it at Joe Fest and then sold it to me. It's a guard shack. Go look at the comments. Someone was really, really angry with civilians not knowing that's a guard shack.
Wait, I must have missed that video. I didn't even know you posted it. When did you post that?
Right after Joe Fest.
Okay, I'll have to go back and watch that. I didn't know that you had it. So, all right. So you and Bobby B, the two usual suspects. You got it. So, do you like it? Do you see like them doing more?
It's interesting. When the guy says that it's like a guard shack, it actually makes a lot of sense that it's a guard shack, and it's going to be good for photography and for dials because it just sits right there. Figure's awesome. I really like the figure. I mean, that's one that I think is going to get boxed up again.
Yeah. Now, I'm trying to find the one picture that people were bitching about, the one feature.
Muda really doesn't like this thing.
But I'll say this, though. You see how that turret sits, and Gridiron, I mean, Mark is probably already, drooling at what he can do for that.
All right, so my visual cue here to pull up the picture that I want is this. Because you guys know with these slides, it's so freaking small, you can't tell what the next slide is. But this right here, people are saying, why the hell is this a thing? Who asked for this?
A shitload of people.
Apparently, this guy's mad that we're getting bitten wieners.
I dig the shit out of that, dude. I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's cool. It's a
I
neat
love
look.
Listen, is it something that I would even say would 90% of the people that get this use this? Probably not.
But that's why this is a dream project.
Right.
Yeah, but this now looks like a Barbie dream camper. Like, this
Okay,
is ridiculous, man.
The thing that I thought of is, and I know that there's other vehicles that have it, but there's the Rivians, the electric trucks. Their truck has a center pass through right before the rear axle, and people make custom things like pull out kitchens like this, and that was the first thing I thought of was like,
I love stuff that pulls out.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a neat feature, and I think
You got a great pull out feature. Apparently not, but
that took me about 10 seconds to register what you just fucking said. Your pull out game is strong.
apparently not.
That's true.
Not the past couple days.
No.
So what? Let me just give a rundown real quick on this, man. Like, you've got everybody has complained about something with the past couple of HasLabs, the way they ran, especially the inclusion of the patches with the Rattler. Like, what a shit tier that was. But with this, you have your main base offering. You have 2 tiers that are figures, and then you have another tier that's a whole other playset.
Yep.
It's perfect. It's not a bunch of stuff that can go on the vehicle. It's just a whole other playset.
Well, and these accessories too,
Yeah.
right? That,
all go along with it.
Hey, quickly, how many people we got watching right now?
165 at the moment, but we did lose 20 people earlier when we were talking about pegging.
They came back. They came back once they got their plugs.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, one more thing.
He's out. Oh my god! All right.
All right. So the whole camping thing that people aren't mad about. So I know people are saying, hey, they could do this for $150, right, with the figure.
Correct.
What makes it a dream project is the lights, that little camping thing right there, the turret actually coming off and making a personnel carrier, even though the guy got really mad and said this is not an armored personnel carrier. Lenny needs to go look at Gridiron. Again, they also have this thing called Cobra Law. It's fucking G.I. Joe, man. Like, honest to God, like, it's not realistic, just so some of you don't realize. It's not. I mean, but when you look at that whole camping thing and everything that it comes with, that is something you would have seen in the cartoon.
That's
like
true.
That would be a scene. They're sitting there making food, and then Cobra attacks them.
So here's a question. Is this a missed opportunity? And I know why they did Flint and Lady J, and I've seen a lot of comments. People are excited to get them as a pair.
And you and I got corrected on that, and right? With the layout of the tiers.
Yeah. Yes. And it makes sense. Like, I read a lot of other comments, and they were like, oh, once I saw Flint and Lady J, I got to get it. And it's like, okay, they were smart in how they split it, which Wreckship asked, should the bivouac have been the final tier? And that's what we were thinking, but it makes sense to split Lady J and Flint up because people want the pair.
Yeah, it's smart marketing.
But because we have this kitchenette scene, is it a missed opportunity to get a winter roadblock with a chef hat?
Well, that's true. So
right out of the cartoon.
We lost Terry, and I was gonna talk about. I don't have all the Blizzard. I don't have all the Arctic characters. But should we have gotten somebody like Iceberg or Blizzard? I know we touched on this yesterday. I wanted to get Terry's opinion, but he just Irish goodbye'd us.
No, he said goodbye. Ish.
He did kind of say goodbye. Yesterday was definitely an Irish goodbye.
So Spec, read this.
The camping gear is spot on. Served in Canadian Army and basic survival was a huge part of winter operations. The offering is spot on. Yeah.
Nelson, listen, while you're here, buddy, please tell us that mint green on Iceberg there, is that standard in the Canadian military?
Canadian military? Okay, first off, I'm not sure if he's lying because I didn't know Canada had an army. Just kidding. If Krusty Old Crow's in here, I'm messing with you because I know he served in it. No.
Well, I just found out that Canada is a real place. So
I love this comment.
Vanguard was coming home from soccer practice with mom. Snowcat is going out camping with dad.
It's pretty spot on.
Again, it all goes back to like, again, if you don't like the price, then don't buy it. It's that simple.
It is that
I
simple.
have no problem with the price of it and what the offering is.
Hang on. Okay.
Man, you might be right. I think they can be creative with that.
We got Israel back. He displays his Joes in the suck. They are deep in the shit. No time for camping, eating. I assume that means dick burgers. And this dude's got a phallic or phallus fetish, fantasy, hang up.
Well, I mean, we made the dick jokes yesterday. It's the same thing.
Of course we do, but these are like angry.
Well, maybe he is angry. Maybe he doesn't want that. That's okay. He doesn't have to get it.
So, if you're looking at it from someone who doesn't do dials,
wait, we got an answer from Nelson. Mint green underwear.
So at some point, does it become mint chocolate?
Oh, jeez. What's wrong with you?
Everything. Like, it's easier to tell you what's not.
Here's my issue. They appear to be leaning more and more into the cartoon, which we're all noticing this, which was Super 7's entire angle. So where does that leave classified? Is it still a new interpretation of Joe or not?
I don't think it matters anymore. They're just trying to give you new things. And since Super 7 failed because, well, they're Super 7,
yep.
What does it matter now? It's not like they're stepping on Super 7's toes. And one thing that I did hear Brian Flynn say that I think he wasn't lying about was they're allowed to do the G.I. Joes because it's a different scale, a different price point. And that's one of the reasons why they have to keep their O-rings down to $20 because they don't want the same price point as a classified on the shelves.
Yeah, it should be lower, but I mean, I'm assuming they're paying that licensing fee, which is the reason the mask stuff is expensive, right? Or at least we're assuming.
We assume, and that would make sense. That's why we said the same thing about Marvel Legends and Star Wars, right? That's why we get less accessories.
Would you guys rather have gotten something like this rather than Lady J and Flint?
No.
We'll get them, and it's the same. The people are complaining. I didn't get Iceberg. I didn't get Blizzard. I didn't get Sub-Zero. And then it's the thing of like they're not gonna tier lock or paywall named characters behind it. Well, we could have gotten a Night Force version, or we could have gotten but like, what's something you wanted as a kid? I wanted Arctic versions of my characters because that's how they portrayed them in the cartoon. So now they're giving us.
So they could have done something like this. They could have given us a white Iceberg and a black Blizzard in the HasLab, and then they gave us the regular version so people can't complain that they didn't get it.
That's true. And I think to go back to Adam's question, like what got me into classified was that they were modernized takes, but they also had the 60th anniversary set. They've got the legacy set. They've got the nods to Cobra La in the last year, right? So what G.I. Joe is across how many decades now? 60 years, but 6 decades. There's a lot to pull from. And the good thing about classified is they all mesh well together. So you can mix your different retro characters, your Sunbow characters, and they still look like they work together.
One of the funniest comments that I did hear about the tiered figures was, they're not even giving us new characters. These are two characters we've already had. Mm-hmm. I wanted a stalker, a snow stalker. And I was like, you know that's a character we also have too, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
people just
Stalker
need to be
version
mad.
too.
People just need to be mad. And I think I'm going to buy a second one, and then I'm going to sell the figures, and I'm going to watch people be mad about it. You know, maybe sell a bivouac for way more money than it's worth, and hey, I don't care.
Well, okay, so Plastic Battle says, and this was something we were talking about a few minutes ago, but they may not unlock and you'll never get that version, which is what we're all talking about. The same thing you're talking about, the bivouac set. If it doesn't unlock, they're not going to release the camo version, right, to the main line. People who can't get the HasLab get price locked out of the main character. I think they've kind of balanced that pretty well with how they've done the HasLabs, right? You had a lot of no-name characters with the Hiss. The Cobra Commander that you got was specifically the Mickey Mouse. We all knew that meant we were going to get a regular retro commander. Is there a comment I'm missing?
No, just those people that were so mad about the Mickey Mouse Cobra Commander and were overspending to get it.
Yep.
And we're like, they're going to give it to you. They didn't tool the main bad guy not to re-release it again. And
Right.
Sure enough, they did.
And they were very smart about making it the Mickey Mouse.
Yes.
Right? And again with the Dragonfly,
Yep.
we knew we were getting a version of Scarlet. Nobody saw Glenda coming, but that is a version of Scarlet. And it was smart for them to include Glenda because not everybody wants Glenda.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
And they gave it.
Was there a problem with that?
She came with, is it Flash's gun?
Flash's gun.
Right.
Flash's gun.
Which
and
is
then
what she came with it in her original figure.
You're right. In Argentina, right?
Yeah. So we know that Flash is coming.
Right. And then with the Rattler, the Baroness, when you take off all of her flight gear, it's the comic book Baroness, the light blue with the gold
Is it?
padded trim and I guess the green glasses. I can't remember.
So you wouldn't know because you didn't get your track.
I have no
But
idea.
I guess a good question would be, out of the 3 figures from this HasLab, what's reuse? What's reusable? What do you think we'll get or not get?
So I think we kind of touched on this the other day since we are milking this subject. I think with Lady J, right? I'm trying to get to the right. Oh, I got it right. We'll see this reused in different colors and maybe with Scarlet or CoverGirl.
Definitely for CoverGirl.
Yeah. So
I
we're
tend to
gonna
remember
see
her
this.
with this too.
Yeah, I kind of feel like there was an episode where she
Yeah.
had it. I called Lady J. I just had a feeling it was going to be Lady J. And I think it was a smart call because we talked on this yesterday that the 2 Lady J that we got is basically the same Lady J. So she was due for a rehash, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do get a frosted cookie with that.
That's one thing they're missing.
And listen, we already got Scarlet with Glenda, so we knew we weren't getting Scarlet. But yeah, there's reuse here, and you'll see it here with Flint. You'll see it here with, we're going to get a Duke in this.
Yeah.
Or if not a Duke, somebody said Dusty.
I think that was a joke.
No, I know. But we'll see reuse here if it gets unlocked. And we all know it's going to get unlocked.
I mean, I tend to think that it will because all the other ones have done so well.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to take a little bit more time. And every day that it doesn't fund, you have the people in the community that are telling you, see, they don't know what they're doing. They should have done this. And you're going, all right, well, let's talk about it in 45 days.
Yep. And we'll see. I don't think it's going to be a nail biter like the Sky Striker was. I think if anything, you'll get to this unlock for sure. And then we'll see that final lull, and then people will be like, all right, I do want that Flint.
Yeah. I think once it's fully backed, then you're going to get to see that big race to this.
Mm-hmm.
I think the race between it backing and this, that's the race. But then once you get this, people are going to be going, well, if I have Lady J, I got to have Flint, because the last thing I want is it to just fund underneath that tier of Flint, and now I'm never going to get him in Arctic gear.
Yeah.
And they put them together for a reason.
Well,
This cot is there for a reason.
I was gonna say, for the kissy, right, in Spaceballs, I love you.
I just
No,
thought it was
sir.
weird
I
that
didn't
the
see you
bivouac
playing with
has,
your
like,
dolls again.
yeah, the bivouac has a knee pad right down there. That was kind of odd. I was like, what's that for?
But it fits Flint, which is weird.
Hey, you know,
Oh, Frostbite. Your Stanley thermos is so round. What?
No, that's not what I meant. I meant for the service Lady J, but whatever.
Oh, I know what you meant.
Oh my god. We're off the rails here.
let me know when you got, like, when we're like, did you have stuff after this?
Not really.
Because I kind of want to discuss the stuff that Fresh Monkey Fiction is doing.
All right. Do you have? Can you add that?
I do have the slides, so once we're done with this, because it will automatically bring it up, I'll load it.
All right. Yeah. So bring up. Go ahead. Add it.
Well, no, I it's already added on mine, so it's already done. So once we're done talking about this, then we'll jump on that.
Yeah. We're done.
We're done talking about the HasLab. Like,
Do you want to talk about it more? How much more can we fucking milk this?
I don't know. I mean, how many people we got watching?
Dude, we're listen.
162.
The HasLab is going to be topic of discussion for the next few weeks during the 45-day campaign. So we can always come back to this. But yeah, bring up the Fresh Monkey stuff and see what I missed.
You got to remove that. There we go.
Now, can you control it or I have to?
I can or you can. It doesn't really matter.
All right. Well, I'll let you walk through it.
All right. So, cops and crooks.
Uh-huh.
Are you guys interested at all in?
I'm interested. Because I lived in Germany and there was only one channel, American channel. You know, I had to have cartoons and stuff recorded and sent. So I only got occasional cops cartoons, but I had the figures with the caps and the cap guns, and I really liked them. But I didn't have bulletproof, and I didn't pre-order this yet. I mean, $40 is not inexpensive, and it's definitely cool, and I'm curious to see where they go with it. If they do the doctor with the robot next, I will definitely get that one. I had that one as a kid with the clear dome with the brain inside.
So how do you feel about him having a Billy Blanks look from Tybo?
I don't really think he looks like Billy Blanks.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about it looks like he's wearing that Tybo outfit that Billy Blanks wore.
Yeah. Did you see that with the shorts?
That was the first thing I noticed at Joe Fest last year. I'm like, oh, that's the robotic part.
Yeah. Well, no, this is a fun update for sure.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's cool. I'm curious to see where they go with it. I may pre-order it. I may not, because I pre-ordered the 6-inch tick because I got really hyped on it, and then I think I went back and ended up canceling it because I was just like, I don't need to spend $40. I like the tick, but I'm not a huge tick fan. Like, do I need this? And Cops is going to sort of be the same thing, or I'll just cherry pick depending how far they get with it.
Well, here's the thing. I think this one sells with no problem for people that want to make an old snake.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That's the first thing I saw. People are going to buy just for that trench coat, maybe sell bulletproof by himself, and there's your old snake.
I was too busy ordering my Tybo.
So the only thing I don't see is bulletproof. The original toy had a gun that like flipped out of his torso, right?
Yeah. No, I think they did I don't remember, but I remember people talking about that last year.
Well, that seems unrealistic.
I see a porthole under the star.
You know, yeah, that's a little unrealistic
Yeah.
for cops and crooks, okay?
You had me up until it said torso pop.
But did I get you back again when I said porthole?
Yes, you did
Okay.
get me back.
All right. So I think the Soldiers of Fortune, obviously the Operation Monster Force, these are some of the bigger ones that I think people are going to be thinking of.
Yeah.
But these things are meant to literally integrate with your Joes if that's how you want to do it. So have you guys ordered any of these? Pre-ordered any?
Not yet.
I don't know if I got any of the Soldiers of Fortune.
So I've got some still some Monster Force stuff. So I have not gotten into the Soldiers of Fortune yet.
Okay.
Although that's funny because I'm seeing reuse from Bulletproof right there in the hand with the badge.
Yes. Yeah, I talked about that yesterday. Well, because I mean it's the same line, so
Yeah.
or I mean the same company, so there's gonna be a lot of crossover.
It's
and this is already like they already have 2 other agents, I believe. I think they have 2 other agents. But this is a gridiron gun. You can see the gridiron here, but this is like the one that Johnny sent me for the grunt.
My brother Johnny.
So Hank Muda says, I'm confused. Monster stuff, Force stuff sold out and has more waves coming, but these look really similar. So I think they all kind of play in the same universe in a sense, or Monster Force and Moon Rising or whatever.
Yeah, they're all made by Fresh Monkey Fiction / Big Bad Workshop.
Yeah.
So that's why you're going to see all this crossover.
Yeah. And it's smart. The lines complement each other. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
So are you guys interested in any of these operatives?
No, I mean, they're cool, but like, I don't need a bunch of generic soldiers. I have 2 of the 60th Marines and 2 of the 60th soldiers. And so like, I'm trying not to army build. And this is very neat, but I don't need it.
Not even a Shockwave?
I have Shockwave.
It just looks like Shockwave. Someone pointed that out yesterday.
Well, I'm looking for a character called Shocker.
Does he have the extra hands?
His hands like this.
Maybe they'll give us the Shockmaster.
But I like what I like is I like their more unique characters. I like the Monster Force characters. I like the was it the Soldiers of Fortune that kind of did the Pimp Daddy Destro? Like if you ordered the wave, you got the Pimp Daddy. Which I told Bill at one of the toy shows that I was at where I bought my first Monster Force figures. I was like, you paywalled that, dude. Like I totally would have bought 2 of these to go with my Pimp Daddy Destro. And it's like,
well, so go back to, I guess, generic soldiers, right?
Yeah.
This goes along with the extras that we were talking about. It's niche upon niche. Not everybody's going to be getting army builders, and like you said, Spec, with Monster Force, you're getting updated, unique interpretations of like the Universal monsters, right? In like Soldiers of Fortune type of style.
right. But even if you get like the Declan Van Helsing, it's a unique character with a unique head sculpt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but like I did pre-order the exclusive that they've been doing at the toy shows, the cons, which is but it can be a Declan, it can be a generic soldier, it can be a generic whatever.
It's also another figure too. I if I'm correct, it's him, and I think there's another version. Not him.
Like there's 3 head sculpts, right? Like
and I think 2 are specific characters, and one being Declan. I thought that's what it was.
Maybe you're probably right.
And
I ordered it. I didn't know what I was.
I could probably pull it up on BBTS because I ordered it. And then here's a weapons pack, which I think everyone loves weapons packs. And you're going to be able to get gridiron weapons now. At least some of them. The Scar is a gridiron, I believe.
Yeah,
it does have gridiron up there. But the buoy hat, the beret, and these overlays, these plate carriers are really nice. They're very modular.
This is the thing I don't understand. So Valaverse, McFarlane, now this company, you're like, there's a want for this for the gear packs.
Mm-hmm.
That's smart. So it's very smart that Valaverse has done it. It's very smart that McFarlane has done it, because McFarlane. Do you know why McFarlane did it?
Because they couldn't have guns with the DC characters.
So it was,
which is a weird thing because some do.
Yeah, and
well, yeah, they used to. Then they got that kibosh on it.
yeah,
Now it sounds like either they're allowing it now, or he said, "Fuck you, taking the license from me." One or the other.
yeah, it's one or the other. But he was smart to then offer, like, there were character specific things, like for the Joker and Harley Quinn and stuff.
Especially
and it was very smart. And it's smart for these companies to do this, because Hasbro should be doing this with G.I. Joe. And by the time they do it, it's going to be towards the end of the line.
But see, I don't think at this point you need to anymore, because there's so many figures that come with multiple weapons. And there's all these other companies, including all the 3D printed companies. I think, again, this is just my thinking. Hasbro looks at making millions, not thousands. We're a smaller company like Operation Monster Force, Valaverse. They want to take that little market, but Hasbro probably runs all their numbers and says it's not worth it for us.
Right.
Yeah, because Lenny has expressed interest in doing it.
Yeah.
What I would love to see, and I think Fresh Monkey is doing this as well, and Spiro Toys is doing it, and all, is I want to see like head packs, right?
Yeah.
Give me, and I know it's a little more character specific, and therefore the risk is a little heavier, but like give me Duke heads with different expressions, give me Hawk heads with different expressions, give me Roadblock, give me Stalker, like give me options for that. And then, and I know it's a dirty word, but like Valaverse, the hand packs, like give me hands, because they've realized, so now we're getting extra hands, like with the Retro Viper and with the whatever. So give me more of those extra hands to do diorama shots with open palms or pointed fingers or
the middle finger. Listen, give the guy credit when he does get it right. You know what I mean? Like,
but Mezco's been doing middle fingers for years, so it's not like he was the first to do
no, I'm not saying that he is, but he's offering it. He sees the value there. They see the value here by offering these head packs.
Yes.
Why?
It's very smart of him to do it. And
it's very smart.
Again, I like the idea of different head sculpts with facial, the different facial expressions. One reason why I don't really like Mutt is because even though it's the O-ring look, he has that angry snarling look, and it's like, but that's what he has it all the time. That it doesn't work in, if you're doing photography, he just why are you angry all the time?
You have to put the mask on to cover.
Yeah, which is silly. And then Classified has had a lot of missteps. So with Mutt, they should have had another face. With Quick Kick, they had another face.
They didn't need it.
They didn't give us the Bruce Lee screaming face.
Yeah.
They gave us where he's chewing gum, and you can barely tell a difference. So there's tons of missteps. I would love it if they offered a head pack. Again, it's not something they have to do mainline. Offer it on Pulse.
Yep.
And just make it a Pulse exclusive, and people that truly want it will get it. Make it made to order. Whatever you want to do, they don't have to produce a ton.
No, and the head sculpts is really smart. Biggest problem with their head sculpts is they kept changing the size of the ball. So
what the fuck is up with that?
I don't know. Well, now it's all Universal. What's stupid is that it's Universal with Classified now, but it's different than all the other lines, including Marvel Legends.
Yeah, it's just
and everyone else uses the same thing, and
that's where the designers really should talk to each other, the different teams, because they know that customization is a huge thing within the collecting community.
To me, it would be like going to buy, hey, I want these Spitfire skateboard wheels, but you have to buy specific bearings because they don't fit up, they don't fit the other wheels.
Yeah.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
Okay.
So.
Well, did you want to show a few more of these? Because
so there's this, and I know people are going to buy this Combat Trooper. because you want OG 13.
OG-13.
Yes, this is made to be an OG 13.
Yep.
Like that buck is like straight out of there. But the Operation Monster Force. So this is what they showed off.
Yep.
This grayscale of this. And I think this is one of these is Van Helsing's ex-wife in the lore. There's
One, if I remember,
Wouldn't be my
correctly,
ex-wife with a badunk like that.
this one's an adventurer, right? That comes like she rebuilds Frankenstein's laboratory, if I remember.
Is that what it is? I swear they said that one was.
I believe that. I just don't remember.
Miranda.
So this is really like they're going in on female, but then there's this Chatsworth, which I don't believe is going to be designed by the same people that did. What was the werewolf?
Oh shit!
I'm staring at him right now and I can't remember.
Yeah,
Kilowog.
Kilowog. I don't think it's being made by the same people, which is good if it's not, because anyone that got that will probably like, well, those Operation Monster Force aren't that great of figures. Made completely different.
All right, so the female that you just showed, Miranda Seek, she's not based on any like literary.
Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
Again, there was one that rebuilds Frankenstein, I believe they talked about.
And I think it was her character, but I'm
Okay.
not sure. Chatsworth. See, I like the Kilowog, and the Kilowog has a lot of versatility to it. You can use it in different places. Chatsworth looks fun, and I believe he goes up for pre-order this week, right?
July 18th.
What's fun about this is there's so many opportunities for toy photography, right?
Yeah,
you can take that off and you can have some fun. Look, you can make a whole bunch of what was the jerky treat commercials?
The
Some mess with Sasquatch.
Or yeah.
Did you guys see the picture that somebody took of Tony at Joe Fest, and he looks like that beef jerky one because he's walking like Sasquatch and he turns around like this? I gotta find it. Oh my god, you'll love it.
You need to send that over.
Yeah, I forget who took it, but it's in one of our chats, so I should be able to find it.
But like Chatsworth is fun, but I don't think he's a must-have. I think maybe it's something about the face sculpt, he looks more cartoony to me.
Well,
Let's take a look at a few more, because tonight my mom was volunteering and she was singing to the deaf. So I know that wraps up soon.
Your mom is a gem.
She is.
So here's Agent Harker. Now this was the one when I asked, would you look at doing Buffy the Vampire Slayer? And they said, well, probably not because of the licensing rights, but there may be a blonde coming.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely
we're gonna cut that clip, that audio clip. There may be a blonde coming.
No, Tony, they need to see that picture. And then we have the Order of St. Joan of Arc.
That's the Catholic school I got kicked out of.
Is it?
Okay. Yeah.
Action figures should not make you this aroused.
Jeez, man.
All right. Well, then I think you're really going to like the next one.
Uh-oh.
Because I think this was, and I thought this last year when there's just a regular, like, basic digital render. And this Red Riding Hood.
Hey, wait. Let me highlight
the nun theme.
Kristen. A friend of mine is friends with her. She lives in New Jersey. And I keep trying to get invited to the barbecue she's going to be at. Hasn't happened yet. Keep your fingers crossed.
She went off the deep end.
Oh, did she?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, a crush is a crush. Okay.
I did show off my nunchucks, right? Put them off last year or last week.
Here, why don't you show
when you took a picture of those, I didn't realize that's what those were.
Is that was Terry sitting on one of those?
Yeah, definitely.
No wonder why you left.
The chain kept getting in the way. That's how I got it out.
Oh my god.
I hope your mom doesn't hear this.
No, well,
So what do you think of this? Because I like this one.
I think it looks great.
I think it's a solid and fun update. Now, will they go more into like what are the fairy tales called? The Grimm brothers?
The
They asked
Grimm
and
Brothers fairy tale.
they said that they will be looking into all that type of stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's fun. If you see did you see the movie with The Rock and Chris Evans? It was called Red One.
Yeah, I thought that was fun.
That was fun. And they did a world building, right? Which is almost what this is. It's almost the same type of thing. There's an agency. There's all these different fairy tale characters, Nordic gods, things like that. I think they're onto something, and I think it can work if they keep executing it like this.
I mean, I said, I even told them, I go, you made such an original line out of something not original. Because all this stuff is, I mean, Red Riding Hood's been around forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Dracula and all these other things, they've been around forever. But now you're taking them and putting them into like this war zone. Like they're a military base. And I think it's awesome what they're doing. And I know not everyone likes it because God forbid there be competition, but a lot of people like, and if they're able to actually get them out, that's the biggest thing.
That is the biggest thing.
I think once they start rolling, because again, you have the backing of Big Bad Toy Store.
Well, the other thing is, you could get a licensing for a cartoon or an animated movie or even a live action movie. The story is creative enough.
Yes.
Where a studio will come in and flesh it out. But yeah, I think this one's definitely badass. Is there another badass in here?
Nope, that's the end of the slides.
All right.
So is anybody like Larry? Are you concerned at all that Big Bad is like pushing out too much too quickly, especially with the lack of physical product getting out to us at the moment?
Not really, because it doesn't cost me any money.
Right, but I mean, not worried for your own finances or anything, but it's like I'd love to see this line succeed and continue. And it's like they're announcing wave after wave and character after character, and it's all great and I love it, but
I would be so for like this here, Operation Monster Force, not at all. The other one, the one with just the basic figures, to me, that's to combat something like Balaverse.
Mm-hmm.
And those are just very generic, but they're just generic characters that I think can be moved around in the line. I don't really worry about this, but I understand what you're saying. But they are looking at, because Ed was talking to them, they have their waves like ready to pounce out, and it might scare off a lot of people because you're looking at $40 a figure now.
Yeah, because I think I have. Oh, good. My wife left. I only have like 3 pre-orders. I have Dr. Caligara, I have the General, and I have 4. I have the Eraser, the regular Eraser, and I have the Donner Party.
Which would look nice.
Yeah, I saw those all at the toy show.
Mom, it's a toy. Red Right. It's not Squiggle Vision. No, it's not Skin and Max. It's a toy. Jesus Christ. You guys are getting me in trouble. We got to go. Guys, thanks for watching. I'm ending it now. Jeez.